How did YouTuber Ian Carter go from being the coolest, hippest, edgiest YouTuber on the block to being a liberal, cuckoldrious mess? Find out now on the Big Boy channel. Kickstarter crap and early bad unboxing, 2014 to 2016. This is definitely, in my opinion, the worst iDubbbz period. I have a soft spot for these videos, but they clearly aren't scripted, the jokes aren't very good, and not much time or thought was put into them. There was certainly a quantity over quality attitude. That being said, his critical mindset certainly is there. Most Kickstarter projects are total bollocks, and I definitely enjoy how ruthlessly mocking they are. He attacked the coolest cooler when no one else would. This era also hosts the incredible Diamond Play Button video, whose like-to-dislike ratio truly brings a tear to my eye. You can just tell that some kid got super excited for it, realized it was a skit, and got really annoyed. Kino, What's in the Box, which is honestly some of my favorite iDubbbz content, serves as a bridge between the Origins and the Golden Age. The energy is unhinged, he looks nice and suicidal, the spinning camera, mwah. It's clear to me that his entertainment videos have aged better than the drama videos. They at least have more replay value. With classics like Thick
Asiatic
Drink Samurai Buyer Unboxing featuring Yum, it's no wonder he saw so much success during this period. Deadly Twister may have been a one-off posted on Max Mofo's channel, but this is one of my favorite videos ever. It's just so goddamn funny, I will never not find it funny.
What we do here is go back.
The Golden Age, 2016 to 2018. All of these time designations are arbitrary and mean nothing. He really started hitting his creative stride around 2016 with his content police sketches and fan mail bad unboxings. The bad unboxings are incredibly negative, cynical, and indeed entertaining. The videos strike me as very nihilistic, his free speech coming at the cost of his authenticity. This is where he's at his funniest, in my opinion, because he clearly does not give a shit about his fans, the subject matter, the stuff he opens, anything. Having watched my fair share of traditional unboxing videos as a kid, where the host is typically very clean, respectful, thanks the fans for their contributions, it was both a shock and a breath of fresh air to see someone totally hate everything they receive, as well as the often outrageous contents of the boxes. This is what separates the children from the teenagers. Regarding Content Cop, goddamn do I agree with his targets. Slimy, exploitative, lazy, weak-chinned, and indeed plain evil. These channels were as worthy of criticism as it gets. A part of me wishes that he actually went for Jake Paul instead of nuking RiceGum's alleged career, but any attention ghoul knows this would have only lined his pockets. The first Content Cop, against Jinx, calls out an exemplar of the blatant content theft of that period. This dude would film himself watching someone else's video, put the video in the corner, upload that 4 times a day, and watch the money roll in. YouTube schemes don't get much less elaborate than that. It was essentially a proto-version of hacks like XQC, who stare vacantly into a screen and get paid handsomely for it, except Jinx was capable of producing original content, awful though it may have been. This is also apparently where you could have your paper plates and half-drank cans of mug in the background and get 10 million views. Despite its rampant slur use and easy target, I love this video. I don't have all that much to say about the amateur food reviewers video, other than it's hilarious. Gone are the days where Ian will risk a severe viral infection for our entertainment, but I'm glad it happened. The toy review channels are by far the worst. They're exploitative, materialistic, brand-worshipping twats. The skits really nail how the well-being of the children is sacrificed by the parents for money. Considering the later Elsagate scandal, as well as the current Cocomelon apocalypse, I suspect this video will be evergreen. The branded Walmart egg really hits home how the viewer and presenter were essentially being brainwashed by their desire for goods into seeing the corporation as provider. Israeli flag in the background of the Fine Bros video, very classy. I like how he immediately makes fun of the critics before moving on to the target. The main source of criticism is that the Fine Brothers lack charisma, talent, and their content is derivative. They would be nothing without their format, and that's why they clinged onto it as much as they did. He really does go all in on the Jewish jokes in this video, and no one seemed to give a shit at the time, but I've heard much worse. His points are pretty much correct. It's incredible how Benny and Raffi Fine thought they could get people riled up about people ripping off their format, as if they own the concept of showing people videos and having them react to it. Don't stand for it. The Keemstar video is one of the longest at 22 minutes, and you really get the sense that he personally fucking hates this guy. He is out for blood. The opening skit is one of the best I've seen in a YouTube video. You really can't beat the sewer bit. He makes a lot of good points, especially considering how much material there is to criticize, but the video lacks structure. It's not a particularly well-organized takedown, and it mostly failed to influence Keemstar's career in any particularly negative way. He is a difficult target because people aren't coming to Keem's channel for him. They want that sweet, juicy drama. Carter certainly did temporarily tank his social capital, if nothing else. A lot of the time, the commentary almost isn't even needed, because Keemstar is such an insecure and pathetic person that most adults could recognize it for what it is. He went for the toy channels again, as he should have. Didn't say much that I can disagree with. Fuck these guys. Great video, funny skits as usual, and correctly attacked one of the most hideous trends this website has created, that being the aforementioned Elsagate. How to Prank It Up deserved it the least, but all of his pranks were just incredibly impractical, as iDubbbz is so eager to point out. The man himself made a comment on the video showing he took it well, and was a good sport about it. No harm, no foul, should have stayed up. The Tech Rack's response is so deserved. You used to be able to have a career on YouTube by buying an expensive piece of technology and destroying it. God damn if that wasn't some of the most brain-dead content in the history of this website. Good riddance. There is a particularly glaring fault with the Tanamongo video, shall we say. Not cool. A lack of talent isn't a character flaw. Leafy was just one of those guys who had nothing to say, but never seemed to shut the fuck up. He never had a script, just rambled for 20 minutes about some video a 13-year-old made that he deemed cringe. He was the king of cringe. I don't think he needed a single video, let alone two, and they are pretty mean-spirited. The urge to bully the bullies back doesn't really solve anything. He seemed genuinely pissed off during the video as well, and I just don't find it very fun to watch. What I do find fun to watch is the last one he made, against Rice Gum, who was just a total cunt. The skits are legendary, he really did give a shit, and exposed some horrible things this dude did. His child fans did not yet realize that it was a bad thing to harass assault victims, make it rain on homeless people, and brag about your money to your first-generation immigrant mother. I never heard about him again after this video. Nice work, Ian. One more thing? Watching back on the Asian Jake Paul diss track, it is truly astounding the number of people involved who had abuse allegations. Moving on, just some quick notes on his other stuff. The Mr. Gear and colorblindness videos with H3H3 are absolutely wonderful. I adore them. The Where Are They Now series is a good meditation on his previous work. He was one of the few people to see through Samurai Buyer. Total creep, by the way. Anything he made with Filthy Frank, Max Mofo, and company have a special place in my heart. The fast food tier list would have been authoritative if the man himself, Review Bra, did not correct him. The animal videos? iDubbbz complains documentaries. Once he was done making drama content, he realized that, in fact, he could make whatever he wanted. There is a noticeably freer energy to them, and he's a much better speaker. Full Force, his most popular video ever, is a fascinating character study that also serves as an amateur documentary about Middle America. It's funny, quite sad, silly, and really heartwarming as well. His other documentary videos are much of the same. I like that they come from a place of genuine interest rather than sensationalism. Tyler! His fans were used to him picking fairly easy targets in the Content Cop videos. He even plainly said, "I'm smarter than you," in the Keemstar video. The fact he was able to completely intellectually outclass most of his targets led fans to overestimate how intelligent he was. Unfortunately, internet troll Sam Hyde got him good. Hyde is relatively charismatic, often has funnier bits than iDubbbz. He's got extremely questionable views, he's done a lot of weird shit, and he never breaks character. I imagine interacting with him isn't easy. I think Ian and certainly his fans underestimated what he was up against. Hyde is a comedian, not just a funny guy. Their relationship was doomed to be adversarial from the beginning. This was when things started to go topsy-turvy. The incident. One day, it was revealed to many a horrified iDubbbz fan, Ian is a liberal cuckold. Disgusted and upset that their favourite slur-sayer would dare have a girlfriend with an OnlyFans, his decline to rubble was quickly declared. "Simp!" they cried. "Woman lover!" they slurred him. "You are all idiots, by the way." In an interview with Anthony Padilla, he told a story about meeting a fan who, before even seeing him, thought he was anti-trans. If all of your colleagues are anti-trans, you can't really blame them for making this assumption. Carter was quite literally faced with the consequences of his online persona. He was doing real damage, as people had doubtlessly warned him, by harbouring this edginess. So, instead of digging himself into a hole of endless drama, he decided to do the thing that would most likely be considered career suicide by most standards, pissing off his fans by changing, growing, and attempting to fix what he had broken. The apology video is excellent, it is sincere and true, and that's all that matters to me. He is right, and he said right. If you hate this video, I invite you to grow up. View-wise, he's not doing great. His apology video is, as of writing, the latest one to have broken 1 million. His career has suffered for his humility. By the way, I didn't watch Creator Clash, sorry, and just think most of the people involved are wankers. The here and now. Gotta say, iDubbbz, someone who served as a figurehead for the online right, standing up for women's rights, feels a little strange. There's a tinge of too little too late. In today's Orwellian nightmare, it is not accepted for white public figures, including YouTubers, to say the N-word, but back then he really was one of the people that set us back socially. That being said, I absolutely applaud this content. More than a femtosecond of research went into them. He is absolutely correct, and unlike literally any of his other videos, you might learn a thing or two from them. I was particularly interested in the history of women being called men in sports that he showed in 100% Women. To show that he actually cares, he managed to write scripts this time. Personal growth, everyone. Was it really his deadly sarcasm that you liked so much, viewers? Was it his sense of humour? In my opinion, that stuff is intact. I think you just like being told what you wanted to hear. If you believe that the damage has been done and that he has not atoned properly for his actions, do not let anyone tell you that is invalid. You do not need to forgive anyone or give them the benefit of the doubt. However, personally, I am very glad that he actually admitted to it for one and tried to make good. Righting his wrongs has been a continuous process, and he is, at least now, a force for good. This might not be the only video I make about Carter. I have not gone through all of his material. This is more a personal account of what I saw as a story of rising to power, falling from grace, and redemption. Thank you for watching. Just as some postscript notes, people are not their YouTube channels. People can change. In fact, they must. All of the people who made videos attacking him for being a simp, you are misogynist. The consequences are more important than the videos themselves, something he acknowledged during the apology. I think he has been treated very unfairly. Even saying that, his wife, how she was treated? What the fuck is wrong with you people? Don't make excuses for him. Even though I do praise him a lot, he is right to have apologized. He's only just got started making video essays, so they're rough around the edges. They're definitely not as captivating as the heavy hitters. Thank you for going after the real wankers. I reckon you're a good guy, Ian, if you're watching. YouTubers used to have a lot of real power, and yeah, it was not used very well, including by yourself, but you know, PewDiePie won't admit shit, and at least you're a real guy and not a corporate husk like Mr. fucking Beast. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, everyone. This was a bit of a weird video. I know you want media analysis. I know you want media analysis.